Hey there, chaps and chapettes, Roddy Jodphurs here. Again, I know it has been too long, my darlings, but I am back. As you can see, I'm fully suited, booted, and ready to go. The only problem is that I don't have anywhere to go. You see, it is Easter. Happy Easter, congratulations. Normally, when one thinks of Easter, one thinks of one's parents, one's joyous family, having a lovely dinner of lovely lamb. By the by, did you happen to know that lamb is one of the most expensive meats a person can buy? Isn't it wonderful? Lamb generally is very expensive and also damn near impossible to cook well, as I learned that there was an incident. Not good. Spent so much money on, frankly, not that much actual meat now that I come to think of it. What resulted, I don't want to say it was tough, but I used it to pry the door open when it got stuck. So, yes, not good. This Easter generally has been a bit of a learning experience for me. For instance, did you know that apparently buying an entire lamb in order to have it arranged in a particular table setting is not only not common amongst many of the poor folk, but also is laughably impossible, as the small town butcher actually doesn't exist. So where on earth the butler got the lamb from, I'm not entirely sure. It's all in all, it's not gone particularly well, so I am resorting to my backup plan for Easter, which is foil wrapped eggs of dubious chocolate. I mean, honestly, I know, again, oh Roddy, you've been spoiled, but I expect chocolate to taste, and bear with me here, like chocolate. I know, it's a wild idea. This particular, I shan't mention the brand, but, well, for starters, you see the aeration in there, the little mousse-like bubbles? Yes, I'm fairly certain that shouldn't be there if the thing is solid chocolate. Tastes like chalk. Like sugary brown chalk. But I have found out, if you have to suffer cheap Easter eggs, you know, the brand name kind, not the kind that lists the amount of cocoa solids they actually have on the box because it's so negligible it's not worth mentioning. If you have to put up with those sorts of Easter eggs, and then they go very well with off-brand whiskey, which I found marvellously cheap, I have to say. And don't worry, I haven't drunk that much of it, no. It came filled to there, so I've only actually drunk that much of it. What they did with that bit of it, I don't know, but you know, the more I think about it, the more worried I am. Also, I'd just like to point out how you can tell that this is the good, cheap destruction stuff. Because on the back of the bottle it reads, Deep South, comma, spiced bitter orange liqueur. I presume orange is referring to the colour, which is also incorrect, as it is brown. As having drunk some of this, there is no orange flavour in it. There is purely shame and instant regret. However, it is suitable for vegetarians, so that's comforting to know. I did not trust a vodka named Rachmaninoff, mostly because the people who were buying it didn't look like they could pronounce Rachmaninoff. Not necessarily a statement on their education, they just didn't have any teeth. So yes, I have my fixings for a wonderful, solo, impoverished Easter, in that I'm here on my own. I have my whiskey, I have my chocolate. I have to be honest, Doesn't look like the best Easter I've ever had, but I realised something after Christmas, which is that being with your family at these times, whilst good for one's wallet, is perhaps a mixed blessing for one's sanity. So all in all, I'm poor and I want to go home. But I can't, so we shall have to make do. I do hope you're all enjoying a fantastic Easter, and I hope you know that if I could, I would personally go around to your house and make sure your Easter dinner was scrumptious by checking before you got to eat it. Upcoming, we do have some wonderful things coming up. Next week, in fact, I will be taking part in something called a mega game. I'm not entirely sure how well I will do, but the gist of it is this. I am going to a room full of the sort of people who enjoy doing this sort of thing for fun, so stop me if I've gotten ahead of you here. Every person in that room will be pretending to be someone of importance in a certain country. For example, I am on, of course, Team UK. Great Britain being as great as it is, it has finally recognised my sacrifice and my struggle and promoted me to the position of Foreign Secretary. Now, within my team, Team UK, we will be attempting to role play, I believe the term is, with other teams who are pretending to be other countries. And there's a lot of political intrigue and sort of interaction between countries that way. But then, as I understand it, there are also aliens who turn up at some point and do something, although we're not allowed to know what until they do it. It all seems very complicated and a chance for me to get completely confused and possibly give up on the idea of teamwork and just work selfishly towards my own agendas, as all true politicians do. I will be filming next week, so you will all get to see the wonders of me not having a clue what I'm doing and generally giving up. I was not aware of this, but if you are rich and incredibly passionate about a select field of interest, then you are deemed a philanthropist or an enthusiast or another word ending in ist. However, if you are poor and have a great passion for a very select field of interests, then you are what's referred to as a nerd. And if you are a nerd and you meet with other nerds, and you get very excited with those other nerds, then you sort of form this nerd continuum, where your excitement feeds their excitement, and their excitement feeds your excitement, and it sort of creates a small vacuum area where nothing can exist but excitement, and anyone who is caught in the middle of that has their head crushed by the sheer weight of vacuum and of shouting. Apparently now I'm poor, I am to be considered a nerd. However, I don't really see how that's the truth of the matter. Nerds tend to socialise with other nerds, whereas I socialise with I'm just going to leave that thought there. I hope you all have a lovely Easter. I probably won't, but I've got my good friend Whiskey here to cheer me up whenever things are wrong. I've just noticed it doesn't actually say whiskey anywhere on this bottle. To an authentic New Orleans recipe for an authentic taste of the Deep South, produced and bottled in the Netherlands. Doesn't actually say whiskey anywhere on this bottle. I feel lied to. I have my good friend Antifreeze to see me through, so I shall be in a sugar coma for the rest of the week. Do see me here next week for, of course, the review of the mega game, which I'm sure will be a lot of fun, and I will let you know. If you are interested in my tie knot, which as you can see is very detailed, lovely, then do follow me on Instagram, because I do post occasional pictures here and there. I mean, obviously I don't, I'm not a photographer, but I do try. Also, of course, you can follow me on Twitter, or you can even email me. These are all in the description below, and I would love to hear from you. So, ladies and gentlemen, chaps and chapettes, have a wonderful Easter full of stuffing your faces and reveling in lovely food. I'm going to have bread and cheese for dinner. I like to treat myself on the holidays. I shall see you all next week, though, my friends. Until then, remember, Roddy loves you.